What's up, guys? Today I'm here with a video about 6 Samurai Shodown tips that the tutorial does not teach you. So previously I did a couple videos like this about Dragon Ball FighterZ. Make sure to check those out if you're interested in that game. But now, today we're talking about Samurai Shodown. Let's jump right into the list and hopefully some of these tips will be helpful for you. First of all, we're going to talk about types of special move canceling. So in case you don't know, in most fighting games, this one included, a lot of moves can be canceled into special moves, meaning you input the special move right as the normal move connects, and you can special cancel it. So not every move that your character has is going to be able to be special canceled, but a decent amount of them will, primarily like your close medium slash or crouching medium slash. Depends on the character, but you're going to have a few of these. But there's a couple other important ways that you can cancel with special moves in this game. So one is called recoil canceling. You can see when you hit the opponent with a sword attack, your character reels back and they recoil, and you are really punishable when this happens. You know, if the opponent blocks it and then they hit you, you're going to take some damage. But you can actually cancel this recoil animation into a special move. So you need to put a slight pause on your special move input, wait until your character starts reeling back, but then input a special move and you'll cancel the recovery. So you can use this to punish the opponent for trying to take their turn back when they see your character recoil after a blocked move. And the other type of canceling is whiff canceling. So in most fighting games this is not possible, but in this one it is. Any move that can be canceled into a special move on hit, so let's say my crouching medium slash, you can see I can cancel it into a special move on hit, right? If I input the special move right as this connects. You can also cancel it into a special move if the move whiffs. If the move whiffs, you can still cancel it, which is very powerful. So you can use this for situations where, like, you know, say I'm trying to throw this move out or whatever, and I'm scared he's going to counter poke me. I can buffer in a special move to punish him for trying to sneak a poke in. So it's pretty strong. Next up, you probably know that you can be disarmed by your opponent if you're hit with a weapon flipping super or a few other different ways. But you can actually disarm yourself. If you press down plus kick, medium slash, and heavy slash at the same time, you'll drop your weapon. So this is mostly useful as a taunt. You're not really going to want to be doing this if you want to win, because pretty much every character is a lot weaker without a weapon. But there are some characters that aren't as bad without a weapon. For example, the ninjas, Hanzo and Galford, they can still do pretty much all their special moves without a weapon. And Darlie Dagger actually gets a new special move that she can only do when she's weaponless. Still, I don't think it makes up for all the disadvantages that come with not having a weapon, but it's pretty fun if you really want to style on your opponent. Just plop that weapon down and then show them that you can still win even when unarmed. It's pretty fun to do. Next up, I want to talk about Rage Explosion, aka Burst. So the reason this is called a burst is because you can use it while the opponent is hitting you. You can interrupt whatever they're doing and burst. So this is pretty powerful. The tutorial mentions that you can burst while your opponent is hitting you, but it doesn't exactly illustrate exactly how insane this is. So for one thing, say the opponent is trying to do a throw combo on you, right? This happens a lot. You know, the opponent tries to throw you and then go into weapon flip or something like that. If this happens and you really don't want to get hit by it, guess what? You can just burst out. You can end the opponent's throw combo right there, which is pretty sick. And there are actually certain situations where you can make your opponent punishable by bursting out of their combo. So like say Genjiro is going to do throw into Dragon Punch. Pretty normal standard Genjiro combo that you're going to see a lot, right? But if I time my burst properly, I'm going to be able to burst out of this and actually make him punishable, which is kind of insane. See, there you go. He still did the Dragon Punch, but I just didn't get hit by it, and so I was able to punish him. So not only can you punish with an DOESN super in these situations, which is what I just did, but depending on how long the recovery is on the opponent's attack, you might even be able to hit him with a super special to punish on hit. So this is pretty insane because this is going to do a ton of damage, obviously. Super specials always do. But you can see I still have my Rage Burst meter active, which is wild. So now, if I can bait the opponent and land an DOESN, boom, it's a 2-touch kill, which is just ridiculous. So as a Jubei player, That's the character I primarily play. This is my absolute worst enemy when I'm playing this character, so you definitely want to be careful. Maybe when the opponent is in situations where you're afraid they could steal the match with Rage Burst, do a safer combo, like just go into a heavy or something. That's much safer. You cannot be punished for doing this. Or another important tip is, if your character has a command throw, these cannot be burst. So I showed you normal throws can be burst, but once you're hit by a command throw, you can't get out of it. So if the opponent's low and you're thinking you might want to throw him, maybe go for a command throw instead if your character has one, because then you're completely safe against burst. It's pretty effective. So next up, I want to talk about some of the different normals your character has access to. You obviously know that you have standing normals and you have crouching normals, but did you know that you have close versions of all these normals? You can see they have different animations. They have different properties too. For example, Haomaru, his far medium cannot be special canceled, but his close medium can. That's very important. And like I said, the crouching ones are going to be different as well. This applies to your running attacks as well. These are all going to have different properties. Very few characters in the game have special cancelable running attacks, but Haomaru is one. He can special cancel his running medium. And his running heavy is pretty effective as well as an anti-air. So make sure whenever you're trying to pick up a character, in addition to learning their special moves, make sure you learn each and every one of their normals, figure out what the range is on these, test whether they're special cancelable, and all that stuff. And that means close and far normals. Make sure you look into close and far normals, both standing and crouching. This is really, really important for getting to know your character and knowing what options you have available at different ranges. Alright, the next thing I want to talk about is a mechanic called Absolute Guard. So in case you don't know, Absolute Guard is a mechanic in fighting games where if you block the first hit of a multi-hit attack, you will automatically block all the follow-up hits, even if you let go of the direction pad. So if you block the first hit, you automatically block the follow-up hits. But importantly, this is not present in Samurai Shodown. So you'll see I can block the first hit, but if I let go of the stick, I'm going to get hit by all the follow-up hits. So this is a pretty huge deal. First of all, this means that if your opponent has kind of a move where the different versions, the light, medium, and heavy versions, have different numbers of hits, it can be really hard to know when it's your turn to punish, because you might be confused that they're going to do, you know, a different version with less hits, and you try to press a button and you get hit. So moves where like the light version only does 1 hit, the medium version does 2 hits, the heavy version does 3, and stuff like that, those are pretty powerful in this game, even if they're unsafe, because they're going to be really hard for the opponent to block and punish. Because if they let go too early, they're going to get hit. But for the defender, this actually does introduce something kind of interesting. So you might know that there's a mechanic in this game called instant block. If you press block at the exact moment before you're hit, you can see a little flash happens, and this has a few effects. It gives you some free rage meter, it prevents you from taking chip damage, and it allows you to do this sort of alpha counter blowback thing. If you press light plus medium, when you instant block, you will knock the opponent back. So any multi-hit move, first of all, you can farm free rage meter off it. Like, look, I'm going to turn off my rage gauge here, and let's see how much just this one move gives me, okay? So you can see over half my rage meter for free just by instant blocking that multi-hit move. So that's really nice. This also applies to projectiles. Like if they have a multi-hit projectile, you can instant block every hit and get some free meter that way. Even stuff like this, you know, this is going to do multiple hits, but I should be able to spam instant block and get some free meter. So that's pretty sick. This also means that in the case of multi-hitting moves that are hard to punish, so this is Tam Tam's forward moving mash attack here. This is very, very difficult to punish on block, but you can use your ability to instant guard it and then do the alpha counter thing, medium plus heavy. You can use that to get out of this. So what you want to do is just start blocking and then very quickly let go of back and then go back to back and then press light plus medium. So I'm just letting go of the stick for like a split second and then starting to block again. And there you go, you can interrupt the opponent. So this is a pretty difficult but important technique. It's going to punish the opponent for doing kind of obvious multi-hit things, because you can farm a lot of rage meter If the opponent is spamming these multi-hit moves, you can farm a lot of rage meter and then do a ton of damage by having full rage ready. Alright, and the sixth and final thing I want to talk about is there are moments in this game where you cannot be thrown, okay? So this is important because most people by now know that dash up throw is a pretty powerful technique in this game. Because you cannot break throws, unlike a lot of modern fighting games, you cannot break throws in this game, and the opponent can combo off their throws, so that's obviously really effective. But there's a few special situations where you cannot be thrown. So the first example is going to be when you wake up if you don't roll, okay? So you can see if the opponent rolls, I'm able to throw them immediately when they get up. So this is the big disadvantage of rolling on wake up, is that you're vulnerable to throw right when you get up. But if you get up stationary, you're unthrowable for about half a second. So watch this. He's going to get directly up, and my throw just whiffs directly through him. So for a certain number of frames, I don't know, like 15, 20 frames or something, you are completely unthrowable when you wake up stationary. So even though rolling on wake up seems good, because your opponent kind of has to guess where you're going to go, a lot of times it's better to wake up stationary because then you can't be thrown. So this is really powerful. Another one I want to talk about is if you get reset out of the air, okay? So let's say he jumps and I hit him out of the air. Look, he's going to be unthrowable for a brief moment right here. You can see the throw just goes right through him. So in a lot of other games, this is a powerful thing to reset the opponent in the air and then try to throw them. But in this game, it's not going to work. So pay attention to that and use this as an opportunity to hit the opponent. And then the other one, there's two things that you can do to specifically get out of throws, okay? So say the opponent is trying to run up throw you. You want something to do to get out of it. The first is going to be dodge, okay? Light plus medium, you dodge the throw, and then they're going to be very, very punishable. Because throw has such recovery, if you dodge throw, they're kind of in for a world of hurt here. And then the second is going to be backdash. Backdash, as far as I know, is throw invincible on frame 1. So even in the corner, if the opponent's dashing up trying to throw you, you should be able to just backdash out of it, and then you can get a big punish. So yes, throw is extremely powerful in this game. Dash up throw is going to be one of your primary offensive mix-ups, but it's not perfect. There are a lot of ways out of it. If the opponent knows it's coming and if you're getting predictable, the opponent is going to be able to dodge it, backdash it, whatever, even dragon punch out of it. Obviously, this is immune to throw as well because it's invincible. So stuff like that is really going to help you out and punish the opponent for being too predictable with their throws. So guys, I hope this video was helpful. Let me know down in the comments if there's any important stuff you think I missed, and maybe I can make a follow-up video about those things. So that's going to be it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.